Hello everyone, this is Mazda Luke. Welcome to, I think, the 8th battle of the Promethean Directive Season 2 beta. Today we have the 2nd Marine Militia from VBR up against OCI Scan Fleet 2 from the SDF. Should be a pretty quick one. We've just got 3 skimmers on the Voltavan side up against 5 little boats on the SDF side. These guys, I think, are civilian converted fishing boats that someone's like, you know what, let's put a big cannon on these, it'll go well.
Okay, but that's adorable.
It is. I love the aesthetic on these guys. Meanwhile, this looks like a Coast Guard kind of boat. This one's like, yeah, let's put a gun on there. Oh. Decent hit on this Octane here. It looks like he used to have a gun, but does no longer. Now he's resorting to kamikaze tactics. It would be really funny. This is a suggestion, guys. If you make it so if you have a vehicle that only has like one turret, but it's reasonably fast, make it so if the turret gets destroyed, you've got an ACB or bread that will just make it go to kamikaze mode.
Yeah, that's based actually.
That's so based and so funny. Okay, so
Unfortunately, I tend to build big stuff, so yeah, I don't think I'm gonna do that.
Okay, 1 river rat is significantly damaged, same with 1 octane. The rest are more or less untouched.
Yeah, it's trees spread.
This guy is mildly propulsion impaired.
It will buff out.
This guy has lost a turret himself. This will probably be the one at 80, yeah, 85. The other damaged river rat is you, which also has a damaged main gun, though I don't know if it's crippled. Either way, it isn't firing, though. And you, are the most damaged of the Octanes, one without a turret. I think we're here to experience the duality of small fleet battles. Either they go very quickly because there's not many things to kill, or they go very slowly because there's not many things to kill them. Oh, there we go. There's finally an Octane destroyed. So 2 Octanes left at nearly full health up against a increasingly damaged attacking fleet. This Octane can just spin in circles, and I think it can spin faster than its turret can turn. This is a real Sisyphus kind of situation here, guys. Imagine being the guy on that gun. You're just spinning that hand crank so fast.
One must imagine the Octane gunner happy.
He's getting a shot every now and then. But he is getting hit as well.
He has to resort to the monitor turret and fire whenever the enemies enter his line of sight.
Yeah. true historical anecdote there. There was a time where that was happening. Battle of Hampton Roads, right? Alright, let's go check in with his similarly mobile brother. This is the problem with off-center propulsion, I guess. This guy is just at 99, the other one's at 94. And the Spoon's forces are still somewhat damaged. So this one has a barely functional gun. It looks like all the important bits are still in there. I don't know if these are like belt fed and reloading or something. Meanwhile, I think... Oh. This guy definitely doesn't have a gun. So this may be one that's down to the fancies to finish off, because I think they've both got their guns still. Tell a lie, this fancy does not have a gun. So there's one fancy with a working gun. This one should be working, but it hasn't been firing on this river rat. And then this river rat's gun is disabled, so it is now 2 guns against 2 guns, but their weapon platforms are totally spinning. I think this one's going to end up a win for Voltav and the Octanes. But it can still turn around if the remaining River Rat and Fancy that have guns manage to actually land some shots. It's a little bit hard, though, with how much the Octanes are spinning. I'm kind of tempted to just block destroy the remaining jet engine so these guys can actually get a steady firing solution and fire for more than a couple seconds and also get hit. Because otherwise I think we're going to be here spinning for a long time.
Hey Luke, the stream's frozen.
Is it? I will look into that.
This room's frozen.
Okay, let me stop streaming and restart it. It looks like... Can you see the stream again now?
Yes. It seems to be working now.
Okay, it looks like the Octanes are the only ones left with guns. Because I'm not seeing any return fire coming from the River Rats and Fancies. So I'm going to do a quick fly through of everyone and verify that. So we've got 1 River Rat, no gun. A Fancy, no gun. A Fancy, no gun. A River Rat, disabled gun. And a River Rat, both jammed and disabled. I know they started at a higher caliber than this. Yep. So this one is going to go to Voltav, because they still have functional ships. So congratulations to the 3 Octane, now 2 Octane fleet. I'll go ahead and update this in your spreadsheet with these guys at 95% health. And the fleet of the SDF destroyed. Thank you all for watching. Hello everyone, this is Luke, and welcome to another battle of the Promethean Directive Season 2 Beta. Today we have the 1st Guards Hydrofoil of Voltav up against the 1st Division Center from the Karbarov. And if it's able to hold out for 10 minutes, then it will be joined by SDF Bravo from Karbarov. Otherwise, SDF Bravo will fight the survivors without 1st Division Center. So let's get this started. 1st Division Center here is led by the CCE Palladium. Meanwhile, the attacking fleet is 1 big skimmer and 3 smaller ones with 2 choppers from Voltav. And that is a pretty cool VLS salvo.
JCav, why is the cruiser targeting the big ship?
Excellent question.
They were going after, I think, some decoys in the mast. At least I'm guessing that's why they targeted such a high spot.
Yeah, but the main guns are also firing at the big ship.
Good point,
I
yeah.
don't know. I mean, it was supposed to be basically for a killing of carriers and cruisers.
Fair enough. Oh, there we go.
It is now
It's a
targeting...
tournament ship, so yeah.
Once he's closer, it targeted that guy. But now the guns are less committed. Ooh, the missiles too.
Those are just smalls.
Oh, those are some
Protection
big
right there,
missiles.
so long. Neat.
That can't be good. Although it looks like the armor's held.
And just a flash wound.
Yeah, exactly.
Components are exposed, but exposed does not mean destroyed. He is missing some barrel length, though. You can see the muzzle flashes are off. Okay, just 97% on the Palladium and a little bit lower on the Meridian, which is this big boy. Let's get over here. So far, the damage appears aesthetic. I can't find
Yeah, you
anything.
know,
I mean, it looks like
Usually
one of the
does.
turrets is down, but
It may be,
Like,
or
usually
that's
those
just
might
firing
expose it.
restrictions.
no,
Actually,
that looks dead.
it's not firing restrictions. Is it a hole in the armor down
Yeah.
here where these pipes are? Or somewhere else?
It's heat.
Ah, okay, heat would do it as well. Oh yeah, and those interceptors are. A lot of them have been knocked out in the middle section there. These attack choppers are doing a good number, though. Because I'm pretty sure those are large missiles, and they've been probably taking off some good chunks. It's too bad we're in degraded mode, because I bet the tracers look really cool. Oh, hang on, that turret's back online.
Maybe it was out of range by some reason.
Could be. And that is a very good hit. That could be a tide changing kind of hit. Oh. I'm not sure. Let's look in here.
Yeah, imagine ejectoring your guns.
I'm not seeing any obvious damage except up here, which probably would have been the heat. Two out of 3 main guns isn't too bad, though. And it's still keeping on par for health compared to the Palladium. With 1 crosswind, those are the small skimmers, having been destroyed. And both Ember Falcons still up and on relatively high health.
And I think the whole command just died.
Minor loss of command issue. I'm about to kill this man on your spreadsheet.
Oh no, anyways. Who was that guy anyways?
Let's see, Karbarov. Admiral
yeah.
Romanov
Oh yeah.
Rest in peace, Admiral. You will not be forgotten.
Yeah.
Oh.
Who was this guy again?
Yeah, no one cares about Admiral Romanov.
No.
What you should really do, if you want your trade minister dead, just put him as commander of one of your ships as well.
You know what? True.
Good idea.
Okay, Admiral Lazo, you are not on duty on SDF Delta anymore.
Do a very quick personnel transfer of Embezzlev Miktorizalov.
Hey Luke, has the has my
you spell
nuke
that?
bombers battle happened yet?
It has not.
Okay, can I use a runaway one and just go past them?
If you can make one that will overfly them, yes. Otherwise, if it just retreats straight away, then no.
Alright, I'll see about that one. Because I don't see how their ships can just intercept a high altitude bomber, to be honest. More specifically, a 200 meter per second high altitude bomber.
Yeah, especially with missiles only, it's not too likely. But I need to simulate it in such a way that there's a decent chance for both sides.
And I'm just gonna go ahead and edit its AI and add its behavior or something. It
Uh-oh.
already
not
has
good.
2 behaviors anyway.
Uh-oh, this is not good.
Oh.
Can you check the underside? I want to see what happened. Oh yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Lost a bunch of these, but it seemed like the jet shut off before it went under. Lost one of the outrigger ones. Looks like these guys are all intact though.
How much materials does it have?
That would be another fun question.
Really?
150,000, plenty. This guy's going into the shore.
Oh, we're gonna... Wait.
Uh-oh.
Operation Tango is a go.
It's like, yep, we're gonna... They can't sink us if we're already beached.
True.
Conversion into a fortress.
Yeah. In another situation, I might try and modify the behavior to make sure it didn't crash, but in this case, well, we know who's in charge.
Yes, the Gentra.
Best to live, Victor's to live.
Ooh, rest in peace, this helicopter.
Goodbye.
Now it's just a sinking Meridium and a single crosswind. I don't know when it happened, but all the little guys just got killed.
Probably secondaries.
Yeah.
We can still win this.
Or maybe when this guy, maybe when the crosswind slowed down, this thing stopped registering it as a high priority target. Because I assume you've got it targeting fast and high, right? That's the usual way for any aircraft.
Yeah, it shouldn't target anything underwater, I think.
Okay. Yeah, as soon as he slowed down, then it stopped being a priority.
Right.
And this guy is gone. The Palladium may have lost its commander, but it has won the battle.
Okay, I'm just gonna quickly replace the guy.
Although it seems like your gunners are so focused on shooting planes, they're shooting, well... Hello?
I think that may be too small when the radar on the or something. Oh, I think those are those IR missiles, Jacob?
What?
I don't know, but
Are
they...
the missiles on the Palladium IR or radar?
I think radar.
This guy should have a decent radar signature.
They are.
But the guns aren't hitting him either. They've been too well trained in anti-aircraft drills that they don't know what a ship is.
They don't know what the stop target is.
They've been taught so well at how to lead moving targets that they can't hit a stationary one. You know, there's an attempt. This is so funny.
Certainly one of the battles of all time.
Okay, well eventually your destroyers are gonna show up, so... Was it 2 destroyers and a cruiser? Or 3? 2. We can let them be the coup de grace to finally take this guy down.
Let's go, my 203 railguns.
There we go.
There you go.
Bye-bye.
They get to feel like they've done something, and then all three of them can write down a kill in their after-action reports. Okay, nice little missile racks on these guys. All right, congratulations to
Very simply.
to Karbarov for winning the battle with only 14% damage and 1 lost admiral. Thank you all for watching this one.